Happy holidays, my beautiful friends. Thank you so very much for coming back to watch another video in the series, second video for this year and the most awaited one. As we have our supplies ready, it's time to paint. I have to say I feel much more comfortable in this video just because the previous video that I hope you have seen as well, it was my first in a year coming back to watercolors, which now with this video I really felt I can do a little bit more. I can be more courageous because I just felt more comfortable with paints, and I think I just made friends back again with my watercolors. As you could see, I've been adding some water on top of my paint to create this beautiful snowy snowflakey effect, and now making those gorgeous red hearts. Look, I'm just making like a stamp using my pointy brush. So super simple, you have to say. I'm trying to make my designs as simple as possible, as doable as you can only imagine, so that not only those who paint every day can do it, but actually especially those who do not paint every day can truly try and make those beautiful cards themselves, even if they really have nothing to do during the year with the watercolors, with art, with painting. This is super simpler and it looks simple, yes. I have to say, you wait till it's done, wait till it's doodled, wait till we do the outline. It is changing the whole look on the project. This card looks way tons of better when it's just finished, done, and the outline is done, and the whole doodling, all these sketching with the pen, I just love it. Look how it's actually adding the special touch, the arty feel. Very pretty. I just love this card so much. It's super cute, and you must admit it is very doable for everyone. We will be also adding a little bit of a white highlight because this always lifts the design. It gives this extra touch. It is making the card. It is really super pretty and special. And of course I will be doing a little bit of dots as well with the marker, just to lift the design even more, make it more interesting as well. Look, it's just tiny splashes or tiny dots can make your project as unique as you can only imagine, and very much yours, because that's the main thing. It is handmade and it's yours, and it's done. Let's move on to another card. I cannot wait because this one will be a little bit different. I've been more courageous because I've used something different than in the last cards, and you will see for yourself. I've been inspired by one of the product, and when I was painting this ornament, I was like, I'm missing something, and then voila, I came up with adding some bit of a shine. I love the color scheme of this ornament, and I'm using Watercolor Gouaches from Arteza. As you can tell, I have been using some from directly from my palette and some from the palette that I created previously for the previous video. Please check it out if you haven't seen it. And yet again, doodling around makes a difference. It just lifts the project. I love it to bits. And this moment was like, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna add, how different this can be. And this gold marker makes it. I love it so very much. It's like a gold in liquid. No, it's liquid gold. It's gold in a liquid, yes. And look, it's Arteza, beautiful, gorgeous glitter, I wanted to say, but this glitter, you will see it for yourself. It is crazy, gorgeous, beautiful. Look at it. It was actually making my day. Look at this card, super pretty. Brushing off the excess, adding more glue, because then I thought, you know what, not only on the side, we're gonna do a little bit extra, a little bit more. I love how the glitter interpreted the colors of the actual design of the ornament, and it really matched with each other. I thought, wow, I love it. It's honestly one of my most favorite card of this year as well. Look, super simple. How gorgeous that is. Love how shiny. Let's doodle something else. Now this card, I have to say, I am iffy about. I'm not too sure if I love it or really like it or really don't like it. It's just a simple star design, and I have been avoiding a star painting because it just feels like a star. It's just a star. What can you do? It is just a star. However, I really tried my best to make this card this year a little bit more special, a little bit more different, and make sure that it's not only a star. You will see it for yourself. I've been really trying my best. When the star was painted, I've done some splashes to start with, and I was thinking, what else can I add? It's still a little bit boring, it's not that interested. So then I grabbed some gold marker and I started making tiny stars in the sky sort of thing. Of course, I've used the pen to make happy holidays saying, and then I thought, you know what, it's still not as special, as unique, as interesting. So the glitter came back to the rescue, and I have to say, it actually made my day as well. It helped the card to be really nice. Look at it. I love it. I think it's super pretty. It does match as well because it's colorful. It does match that gold. It lifts it all up, and I really love it. Okay, another card and a quick sketch. This one is the dwarf with the long legs and quirky hat, and I will be a little changing his shape. You will see it in a minute. I wasn't too sure of what sort of hat he's supposed to have, how big he meant to be. And again, when you try to make your own kind of design, you're like trying. But you see, I've made him a little bit slimmer. I just felt that just because I'm adding his legs and socks, I thought that I prefer him a little bit slimmer with the heart inside. And when it will be done and dusted, you will see that Hannah said, "Mommy, the heart looks like his mouth." And it actually does look like this. Pretty cute that she have noticed. I love it so very much, this one. His hat is falling on his eyes, of course. He barely can see, but he's super cute, and I love dwarfs. I must say I had to have them in both of my sets of cards for this year. Different completely, and I tried to make it different as well. And my painting process and your painting process meant to be similar, I would imagine. Just cover the basic bright sort of the whole surface with the bright wash of color, and then gradually add colors and add darker shades and build the composition of the color, build the layers of the color, build the contrast, and make sure that you're gonna have a little bit of darker and brighter shades here and there. Doing the little bit of a socks, I thought I'm gonna stick with one color, but then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna add later on a little bit of different color to the socks, and also wait in between for drying. When the socks have been painted, I thought I'm gonna wait with another color so they don't bleed on each other. And when I added the green pomponi on the hat, I thought, yes, this is it, we need to add green. And look, I'm taking excess with the dry brush, and yes, you can see that there's a little bit of shade and a little bit of extra depth in the shoes just because of that. I didn't do it on the hat. I meant to, but I probably didn't do it as much as I wanted it. And then doodling. Look, like everything comes together so nicely. The outline, it's making each design, it is just happening for the card. It's super special, super helpful, and this is the style I just prefer. And again, you don't have to do it. You can stick with however you like, maybe without the doodling, without outlining. This is how I love. Then I painted his nose, and I felt, oops, it's a little bit too pinky, as if he froze his nose. So I touched this with a touch of tissue sorry, and it was done. And a little bit of doodles from the hat as if the strings are there, and I loved it so very much. Excuse my lack of English, sometimes not my first language, as you know. So a little bit of white touches, and the card is super ready. Another one, let's see what we have this time. Trees. Oh yes, this card is as well very special. I have to say I love it, and it was coming together while I was painting. I had a kind of a plan, however it turned and changed in the making in this moment. This particular moment was about to change the whole idea for the card, where I decided, you know what, I'm gonna kind of dilute the down part of the Christmas trees and just add water and dilute the paint and dilute the pigment, and that's where the idea for the card came to life, which I totally loved. And I love how different the colors are. These are not the typical greens, and I think this is why the card is awesome. And also I've lost a little bit of footage from doodling the stars. I'm going over just so you can see it. Oh, I just lost it, a tiny bit of doodles, but here we have the rest of them. I hope you don't mind. It's pretty straightforward, you must admit. In each video there's always a little bit of forgetful footage that in the making is just went somewhere. Dots, lines, it always works. It's always basic and it's great. Go on top of each other with designs with each Christmas tree, and look how cute that is. Don't be looking for perfection here. Just look at the design, how pretty it is. Simple, as you can tell. It's just a black doodle, and I left it at that. I really felt it's super awesome. But then I felt like, you know what? No, I am gonna add some gold. I am gonna make it even more festive, and I liked it. I liked both ways. I liked just with the black outline, and I love the gold one as well. The gold is my year favorite now for this season, and I'm glad I discovered it. I think this marker was gifted to me by my friend Jen, so thank you so very much if you're watching. I loved it, and I left the stars untouched without color, and that was super pretty, super special. Now this is this is the card where the footage have been lost a little bit, but I found it on my phone, so you will see two screens, and I somehow made it that you can see a little bit of doodles and a little bit of painting together. As you can tell, I made this process a little bit faster because honestly it's pretty straightforward. You can decide about any sort of embellishments, any decorations that you wish. The idea for this card was just to have tiny embellishments, decorations on top of the card, and you will see when I will be doodling and outlining that I have been adding more and more because it just felt that it needed more. And because it's a pretty much time consuming, I felt that I'm gonna just show you both of these designs next to each other, both of these works, so a little bit of painting and a little bit of doodling. If you don't feel comfortable watching this on two split screens, how about doing a little bit of stop in the meantime? You can pause it and then look at the design. I love the final piece. I love the strings at the end of it, super cute, those springy stuff. I just felt that the card was a little bit too empty nearly, so I felt, yes, I'm gonna add this up at the end, and I loved it so very much. Very special touches of white as well, and here it is. Now another card that we have here, it's of course another Rudolph, but a different take, and this one is super pretty as well. I wish you to see that I didn't doodle, I didn't sketch him, because I think the more I painted, the more comfortable I felt, and I really could have just free painted just like that, base color and then adding darker shades, which is building our layers of color, a little bit of a depth, and just giving this whole design a new look and you feel, and it feels that it's just more realistic in a way and more professional, maybe I would say. Everything is dry, and of course I had to add a huge red nose and antlers as well, free painted, no sketching this time. I think this is what it is. You just have to keep practice, and then you don't feel that you need to draw, sketch things. You just feel comfortable enough to go with the flow. When everything is dry, let's do a little bit of doodling. The whole design is coming really together, just because we are doing a little bit of sketching on the edges, and it makes the whole design. A little bit of eyes, doodling. I love doodling not with the outlining, not with the brush, but with the pen. I love this pen. Check it out, it's the best that I found this year. And look, the whole card looks so much different when it's done. And of course, happy holidays written by me. I love it. Handmade, hand drawn, handwritten. If you don't have the stamp, this is what you can do. Just do it yourself. Do a little bit of painting, drawing, writing as well. Now this one, it's a unique design, I would say. No, it's not, it's just presents. You have seen tons of them, I'm sure, around, but I was really trying my best to at least have a different sort of color scheme. and just play with it. Make sure that I'm placing those boxes, that I place them in the right order on the card, that they will fill the card correctly. And I love the colors that I've went for. They're not typical present color, not typical Christmas color. They actually all together, the whole season of these cards, all these colors aren't the typical, a lot of times typical Christmas colors, and I love that. Now a little bit of a string bow drawing with the marker. I'm not using paint in this moment because it's just more difficult. I feel that my hand would be wobbly. It's easier to use pen marker. I'm of course doodling as always. This is just a go-to thing. It is super special. I love it. It makes the design. It is just making it, and it's my this year definitely idea to quirkiness my designs more, to add something special touches. And then I felt, you know what, I don't see those bows well enough, so I started making them thicker and thicker and thicker, and adding more layers of the marker, and it just worked beautifully. Way easier than with the brush, way easier. I loved it so much. I think it's very pretty, very special, and simple as well, kind of cartoony looking, I would say. And the card is done. Let's move on to another one. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have here our beautiful Hannah, my daughter. If you're new to this channel, you may heard, but you may not, that I have two girls. Emily is 15 and Hannah is 4, and here is the smallie. Here is Hannah trying to be in the video. I thought I'm not gonna delete that part. It's her, and it's my memory keepsake in this video. So I decided to keep her, of course. So I hope you don't mind that little break in between. Now this design, this, my beautiful friends, this is the most special design of the year. This is my most special design, my most special card that I love the most. It's so weird and quirky, and I was thinking, what is that about this big pot? Like, Marta, why are you making the pot bigger than the actual than the actual tree? But it just felt this is what I wish to do. And when I was sketching this, I really didn't expect it's gonna turn out so beautifully, that I love it so very much, that it will be my most special card of this season. And actually as well, this card gave me hope, inspiration, and belief that, you know what, Marta, you can really do it. You can really keep on doing sketching, painting, drawing your own things. Don't be afraid, just do it. This is the most elaborated design of them all for this season, from those cards that I've seen, that I've painted and you've seen, and I love it the most, I have to say. You will see it for yourself that whatever choices I've made during this process was actually such a good choice, I have to say, by accident. I haven't painted for a year, guys. This is really me being back to watercolors, just like a new person, like a newbie, like yourself a lot of times. And only gradually with each card I felt more comfortable and more comfortable, and just it was just getting easier and easier. Now have a brush pointy, so you will feel more comfortable in filling those gaps in between designs, in between those ornaments. It's just easier when your brush is pointy. I'm filling and starting with the green. This is probably the easiest way to do. And then we can do paint all those ornaments, designs, however it feels right. Decide about the colors as well, and you can add a little extra green here and there, make it a little bit more darker, contrasted. But also I wish you to see that my designs, the one that are left out, are not that special, perfect. They're not ideal, and that's okay, because you will be filling them up with different color and then doodling around. So don't give up on the fact that, oh, this is, I can see some white surface, oh, it's not that even, it's not that roundy, it's not something. It's okay, it's really okay, as long as you just keep going, following the inner voice in you of not stopping, and just go for it. I am adding colors to each of those ornaments. I'm going with the basic colors, but in a minute you will see that I actually step out of my comfort zone and use pink color for the first time ever, probably in Christmas time, for my watercolor cards. And I truly believe that this card was made just because of that pinky color. To start with, I just did those candy canes in blue lines, but my brush was way too big. I meant to use something smaller, but that's okay, you know. Again, this is not a mathematics. It doesn't have to be so very much equal. Even those lines, it's okay, it's fine. It's hand painted. At the end of the day, it is hand painted, and that's what it makes it unique. Look at that blue, and look at that pink. It is making the card. Honestly, I really believe that this card was made by the fact that the pot was so huge and the pink happened to be there. And the pot, yes, I'm adding the basic color, also a gorgeous shade of this Arteza, I have to say. Basic color on the pot, and then gradually adding layers of darker one, and building up a little bit, and kind of creating illusion of wood. I love it so very much. I have to say, I'm very proud and pleased of this design. It is my most favorite of this season, if not to say of all the cards I have ever painted. A little bit of doodling, of course, playing with water previously on the pot as well, to make it a little bit of brighter and to create a little bit of depth, and yeah, just taking away access of color as well helps it out. And look at this doodle, just makes it here and there, and the card is just done. It's gorgeous. I love it. I actually can't stop staring at it. I hope you will try it for yourself, because it is the most time consuming card. However, it is also the most pretty. I love it. It is my favorite of this season. I decided to add extra color. I felt like, no, those candy are too pale with the white, so somehow I decided to add this kind of dirty pinkishy color, something, and more doodles and more doodles. And the white outlining, white highlighting, this is just perfect, and I love it so very much. Oh, I hope you like this too. Let me know which is your favorite, which card is your absolute favorite for this season. Is it this one as well? Do you feel it's so special? Look, filling a little bit extra snowflakes, and the cards is ready. I love this so very much. I'm glad I recorded this one. Now, the last card of the season, because I haven't planned any more videos of watercolors. If you are watching this one and you didn't see the previous one, check it out, because it was added only recently, another 10 cards. And also there is from 5 years cards on my channel, so please check them out. Some of them are simpler, some of them are more difficult. All is in the playlist, so check the description box below as well for the supplies I've used. Obviously, I have seen these designs of the lights elsewhere tons of times. I just wanted to make a card of this kind because I really loved it. And I've looked at some of the inspirations, and I just made it bigger than what I have seen recently, and decided to go for my own colors, just how it feels, and feeling those lights with different colors. And then the magic will happen, because we will be adding water to sort of create the illusion of light. You will see it for yourself, and this is what makes this card, the illusion of light, adding a little bit of water. You will see it. There you go. I just started slowly here, and you just adding wet brush wet towards your design, and lifting the color, taking it and making sure that it is very delicate looking. It's like this illusion of light, that it's lighting up in the room, that these are actually a real oh, and I've added a little bit of yellow just to sort of pretend it's really lighting this all up. And the yellow color right now, and a little bit of green next to it. I love the color scheme for this year. I've chosen really lovely colors, not so typical, some of them. These are Arteza Gouaches watercolors, but please feel free to use any colors that you have, any paints, supplies that you own. Do not be afraid of using substitute of what I'm using. It's perfectly fine as long as you try your best and not give up. Let's keep on add those water on the bottom part of those lights to spread the paint, to spread the pigment. It is so pretty. I love it so very much. When it's doodled, it's gonna be looking better, because right now you may thinking, Marta, what on earth are you doing? But trust the process, guys. Trust me as well. It will be beautiful. A blue one as well, super pretty. It's kind of adding this whole look towards it, and the lines, of course, doodling, and then I'm adding brown touches, and this is making also our lights and outlining to make it just more real doodling and outlining for this season, the gold and everything. It is just Marta so very much. So I'm excited for these videos. I hope you enjoyed them both. I really truly wish you to try it as well, which is the main thing. All those cards are made for you to really try and paint yourself. Thank you so very much, my beautiful friends. I'm gonna be soon finishing. I'm glad I found inspiration to create 2 videos for this season. I really hope you liked it, enjoyed it, and I really wish you to try to paint those with me. Check the other videos, tag me in your projects, in your cards. I really wish to see your makes. Happy holidays. Please mind yourself and your loved ones, and I'll talk to you very soon. Stay safe, healthy and happy, and have a lovely, wonderful holiday season. Which card is your best? Please let me know in the comments which card is your favorite. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye bye.